I'm Audrey Johnson-Shepard on TrumpForAll.us. TrumpForAll.us. Standing next to me is our local councilman right here in Cedar Park. And we're so excited to meet him because on our walk a week ago, as we were handing out his flyer, people said, he's a great guy, he's a great guy. So today we have the honor of speaking with Mr. Dorian Chavez. And you're the local council here in Cedar Park.
Yes, I am.
And what has inspired you to get involved again for 2020?
Well, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on here at Cedar Park. I've been telling people this coming election, which is going to be in November, could be a very big turning point for Cedar Park. We have 3 officials on the council right now, including the mayor, that are very pretty much, I could just say, associated and working very closely with the radical left group Indivisible, which is a local radical group here in Cedar Park that is part of a larger national chapter. And they're trying to get all their people on the council. If they get all their people on the council, if I don't get reelected, if we don't get Jim Richardson on the mayoral seat and Bob Cornelius, which is also running for one of the council seats, if we don't get on the council, they're going to have a majority, basically indivisible council. And I would expect they're going to play nicely right when they get in, but then it's going to very quickly start turning to a lot of this Austin type of rules. You know, who knows, sky's the limit with these guys. You know, they want to bring homeless in, they want to bring mass transit, they want to raise taxes, they want to do all types of stuff. So for me, kind of didn't have a choice. I have to stay in the fight right now and try and keep us away from that. Texas for sure is a battleground state, and they're going after all the small towns. This Indivisible group I mentioned, which is, again, a very radical left group, they're going for everything. They're going for council seats. They're going for state rep positions, school board positions. They already have John Busey in the state rep position. He's a Indivisible member. His wife's a director or something of one of the local sites. So they're very organized. They're very angry. They're very nasty people. If you don't agree with them or you support a conservative, they're going to come after you, and we can't have that. We can't have that here.
What would you like our conservatives to know out there? Because conservatives tend to sit back, put a mask on their face, and think everything is going to be okay. But we know that's not correct. You said these guys are very organized. What is it that you got to let them know?
Well, you know, everybody says, you know, we have this big silent majority, you know, and it's always the silent majority, and we're going to win because we have this silent majority. Well, you know, for the last election that worked, it may help us big time on this coming one. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't stand up, if you don't get out and you don't get involved, you don't find out who your local candidates are and who you need to support, we're going to lose. You got to get involved, you know. People are already losing their jobs with this whole pandemic, you know, and this local, again, going back to this local Indivisible group, before they did all these mask rules and orders, they were already creating lists of local businesses in Cedar Park that they wanted to go mask shame and criticize because they didn't want to, you know, have masks in their restaurants, even though they weren't required. So, but that's how these guys work. They go after people, they shame them. And again, I don't know. I'm kind of drifting off here.
So a lot of people are not aware of the Invisible group. They are called the Indivisible group, and they're coming out to shame you and everyone who are conservative. And you, as Dorian just said, you got to get up. You got to go out. Dorian, just tell them what you just did today with all of us.
Yeah, so I block walked today with the Trump team that's here in Cedar Park. So we walked for a couple hours. We just got back and had some pizza and hung out. But
what was that walk for you like? When you walk around and you hit on those homes, what happened to you when you were doing that?
Well, you know, it's I had a good block walking day today, you know, because there were several people that actually already knew who I was and what I was doing. So that's always a nice thing. But it's even more satisfying when you're knocking on those doors and the person opens the door and they're like, yeah, I have no idea what's going on with politics in the city, and I'm a conservative, or, you know, I'm on the fence, but, you know, I want to do the right thing. And so you get the opportunity to now show them who's involved, who's running, and let them know what's happening. And, a lot of people get busy and they don't really have the time or make the time to go out and maybe get online and do some research. So when you block walk, you're bringing it to them, you're showing it to them, you're giving them some literature, you're making it a lot easier for them. And I had several of those today, which is always very satisfying to me. When I know I get through to somebody and I'm actually giving them the information and they get a smile on their face because now they kind of have an idea what's going on. It's worth it. It's totally worth it.
Amen. And that's why he's running again. And now share with them again, if you could tell us one thing that has made you extraordinary and those people, and you've put that smile on everyone's face.
Well, I think for me, I'm just a no-nonsense guy. I like to just get out there and put it out like it is. I know I've gotten a lot of hate and a lot of love for this. I attended this Drag Queen Story Hour event in Leander last year because I didn't want to see it coming to Cedar Park. I wanted to see what it was all about. And wow, that really kind of activated people on both sides. It really activated the nasty folk, on Indivisible, the radicals. They came after me, attacked me, which is really sad because they go after supporters. So, like, if you come and support me on social media, they're going to come after you. They're going to call your employer. They're going to shame you. They're going to call you a racist and all that. By the way, they think that I'm a white supremacist, KKK member, a terrorist, and I don't know what else. So I don't know. I don't know if the white supremacists except maybe you.
Well, no, Dorian, they have shamed me too.
Oh, yeah.
They've called me Nazi and they've called me racist and called me, imagine that, Hitler.
I haven't gotten that one.
I've gone that. Hitler,
You think
Nazi.
with the mustache, they would maybe call me a Hitler.
So we know this is not about color. We know it's about ignorance, and we know it's about naysayer. But what do we want in our country? We want to keep
America great.
Keep America great again, and that's why we're here. How can they find you?
So my campaign website is DorianChavez.com. Pretty simple. DorianChavez.com. You can find me on there, and you can email me or do whatever. Again, we're running a campaign. I'm up for election in November. You should get involved, and there's many ways to get involved. There's simple ways. You could just put a sign in your yard. You can make phone calls. You can knock on doors. You can contribute. There's many ways to help out. You can talk to your neighbors about what you know. Let people know what's going on, because we need to do that. Yeah.
You heard it right here on TrumpForAll.us with Dorian. Get involved. Save America.
Yeah.
Trump 2020. Keep America great. God bless you.
Yes.